Cole Butcher, as he'll sweep here at Hickory Motor Speedway. And taking the money and the Easter Bunny back to Nova Scotia. Gonna work around here and get a word with our winner, Cole Butcher. Man, oh man, congratulations. What a day it's been for you. You sweep here at Hickory.
Yeah, I can't thank Wilson Motorsports, Tanner Motorsports enough for giving me a great piece. All my team, Mom, Dad, Garrett, David, Robert, everybody here. Wouldn't be possible without them. Atlantic Track Development, SRI Performance, 90 Creative, Top Construction, Hampshire Race Cars. Got her done.
What a great way for you to start out the year. We were just talking about how good you've been in these big races the last number of years, taking the Oxford 250 win, and I don't think you could start out any better than you guys did today.
Oh, you're right. We got fourth last weekend and 2 wins now, so let's keep it going.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Cole Butcher, he's going to take the Easter Bunny home as we'll get a word with the rest of our top finishers. We'll work back to Max Cookson, and just like the first race today, Max Cookson going to come up with a runner-up finish. And Max, congratulations. You almost caught him there at the end of the race. Do you think he was playing around a little bit with you?
Yeah, Cole had a really good car, and we're all trying to, take care of the tires. And we definitely made it better from the last race, but still wasn't enough to keep up with Cole. I just got to thank all my sponsors on this thing. JM Builders, Signature Excavation, BR New Orleans Constructions, Distance Racing Products, Steve's Property Maintenance, Night Archery, Troy Morris Trucking, all my guys who came and helped this weekend, Earnhardt Technologies, Brandon Ernest, Kevin Nobley, thank you guys a ton, and I couldn't do it without you.
Great job. I think it's going to be a real good year for you.
This is no better way to get it started.
All right, Max Cookson, he'll come home with a second-place finish. And we'll come back now to our third-place finisher, Mike Hopkins. And neither of those first races went the way that you wanted to earlier, Mike. And I know you'd like to finish a little bit better, but at least headed in the right direction with this car. How do you think you'll be when the Yak race comes up a little bit later based on what you learned here?
I don't know. I thought we were really good the first two and lost the tire in the Yak car, and then we got wicked too tight in the first race in the Pro. And this one, I thought we had them covered. Just same thing. We just got wicked tight down into the middle, and just makes it so you got no drive off. But I can't thank Core City Race Cars, Thayer's Racing Engine, Stick It Graphics, just everybody for coming out and see what we got in the next one.
What happened over in turn 4 when Cole was able to get around you? It looked like the car just snapped loose on you.
Yeah, that's what we fought the last probably 50 laps. Just had no drive, lost all its rear side bite and all forward drive, and we're just praying for no cautions just to get to the end here.
How much has the track changed from earlier today? Has it changed any?
No, track's good. It just we're behind a little bit.
All right, Mike Hopkins, he'll come home with a third-place finish, but lots more from here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Act Mighty Minis will be next, and then we'll wind it up with the American Canadian Tour late models here on Easter Bunny weekend at Hickory Motor Speedway.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kuhn, and you're watching Racing America.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroth belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
Welcome back to Hickory Motor Speedway. As you can see, the top 3 finishers from the Pro All-Star Series Easter Bunny 150 still on the front straightaway. So we're in a bit of a holding pattern here as we wait for Mike Hopkins, the 3rd place finisher, to get through technical inspection, clamber into his late model, and then come on out on the main event for the American Canadian Tour. They're 125 laps. Easter Bunny 125. Just like the Pro All-Star Series, caution laps do not count. Green flags only. Looks like Max Cookson's going to need a push out of victory lane. Apparently 150 laps to the second power was all that car had. Cookson getting a push off. Looks like the crew jumped over to give him a push. Trying to get that thing push started. Word from pit road is Mike Hopkins is strapping into the number 15 ACT late model and getting ready to come out onto the speedway. 125 laps for the American Canadian Tour Championship late models and feature event for the minis. Originally slated to be 40, not sure if it's going to be 40 or 50. Could possibly be either. First point counting event for the American Canadian Tour is the Northeast Classic at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, just a couple of weeks away. Then they've got a week off, then they head south to Stafford, Connecticut for the first visit for the American Canadian Tour since 1983. Back to Thunder Road, where they'll be joined with the Pro All-Star Series. First weekend of May. Other stops include the Spring Green being held this year at Seekonk Motor Speedway, which for the last 2 seasons had closed out the season. Seekonk Speedway had, at least. The Spring Green, one of the crown jewel races of the American Canadian Tour, started at Catamount Speedway in Milton, Vermont, now defunct. Similarly shaped in size and layout to the Hickory Motor Speedway we're currently at. And it looks like Mike Hopkins is finally strapped into the number 15. We're ready to roll. Field rolling to life behind the American Canadian Tour Ford Fusion pace car. 125 green flag laps. On the pole, car number 15 is Mike Hopkins, 3rd place finisher just about 5 minutes ago. To his outside, Legrand LaPearl, 4-time Series ACT champion, which is the Quebec Series, and a 1-time ACT American Series champion, the only driver to hold both titles. Wolcott, Vermont brings us Marcel Gravel and car number 86, the Pizza Equipment Toyota, torn up in feature number 1, but back together and ready to roll for the second one. Outside him will be J.P. Bergeron, top 5 finisher in the first one. Also representing the province of Quebec. TC3, Tom Carey III from Massachusetts is going to start 5th in car number 5. That's the yellow 5, the 5 Mass. Outside him, Dominic Carrick, car number 5 Maine. That's the black and white number 5. 4 rows back on the inside, a third place finisher and feature number 1, the 00, Jimmy Renfrew Jr. from Candia, New Hampshire. The R&R Wholesalers Ford Mustang, and outside him another Ford Mustang, the H Fence Company car for DJ Shaw. Jamie Swallow Jr. in car number 4, outside St. Johnsbury, Vermont's Casey Beatty. Nick Johnson in car number 6, the 03, Derek Luchaki coming from deep in this one after winning the first one. Nick Johnson in car number 91, sliding into where he belongs, right in front of Andrew Moeller in car number 31. Then you've got Quinny Welch in the 0, the 55, Keegan Lamson. The 66 is Jason Corliss. Rowdy Burns in car number 30, that's Jacob Burns. The number 1, Austin Erickson, regular at the Hudson Speedway. Cole Littlewood in car number 73. The 10 is Christian LaFlamme. Eric St. Gelais in car number 42. Radical Ricky Bly in car number 28. And on the rear, car number 37 is Jordan Hadley. Lights are down on the American Canadian Tour pace car. We are set to go. 125 green flag laps still to come. The ACT Mighty Minis to wrap up the program. Here they come at turn number 4, down to the stripe, looking for the green flag, and they've got it. Couple of Port City race cars lead them down. Hopkins on the inside, LaPerle on the outside. Down the back straightaway with the race lead by a fender. It is Patrick LaPerle in the 91. We've only had 2 feature winners ever here at Hickory Motor Speedway with the American Canadian Tour. And the last time we were here, it was a big orange guy that showed the way to victory lane in both of those, but it was Wayne Hellowell. Patrick LaPerle hoping the luck of the orange rubs off on him as he leads the way down the back straightaway. Here comes J.P. Bergeron up the outside, looking for second place in the 18 car. He's sideways off of turn 4. Bergeron in the 18 had a handful of wheel coming down the front straightaway, but he hangs on to that number 3 position as he noses ahead of Marcel Gravel in car number 86. Gravel in 86, 6th, 4th, 5th to Tom Carey. Up to 6th, and door slapping right now is Jimmy Renfrew Jr. in the 00. Renfrew leaned all the way down the front straightaway on the right side, on the left side of that of the number 5 of Dominic Garrett. He's got that position, and right behind him comes the number 04, DJ Shaw. The question will be, how long will it take the cream of the crop from the first feature to make their way to the front of the pack? Renfrew right now leading the charge in the 00. He's got the second place finisher from feature number 1 right behind him in DJ Shaw. Sean Hopkins both have done a lot of racing today. The 04 and the 15, both those drivers doing double duty along with the 91 of Nick Jackson. It's got to be a long day for those drivers here today. Battle for third continues. Marcel Gravel going back to the inside lane, trying to get by the J.P. Bergeron Prolon, car number 18. The Vermont door 86 on the inside for Marcel Gravel, with Pete's equipment on the hood, trying to power his way into the number 3 position. As Patrick LaPerle in car number 91 continues to base the field. LaPerle off the outside pole shows the way. Running right behind him, Mike Hopkins. Hopkins may have learned in that Pro All-Star Series 150 that he just ran to save some tires. Contact, middle of the pack. Number 5, Tom Carey, the 3rd, 00, Jimmy Renfrew Jr. leaning on each other. They both straighten their cars out and hang on to their respective positions. Battle from the first feature that was for the number 4 position for a long time in that event. Casey Beatty, 45, Jamie Swallow Jr. in the 4, battling right now again. They have resumed the battle right where they left off before overheating problems sidelined the 4 car in the first feature. And the Johnson boys run right behind them. Nick in the 6 and Jake in the 91. Beatty bails out of the top lane, now runs in the tire tracks of Swallow in car number 4 as Jimmy Renfrew Jr. continues to work the inside groove, trying to get around the number 5 of Tom Carey. Renfrew on the inside, Carey on the outside, a long way from home. As LaPerle continues to set the pace. Mike Hopkins, though, runs right in his tire tracks, 2 car lengths behind him as they go down the back straightaway. Marcel Gravel, 86, has settled into 3rd. 4th right now, J.P. Bergeron. 5th is the 00, Jimmy Renfrew Jr. And into the top 6 goes DJ Shaw. Shaw in the 04, defending American Canadian Tour champion. Now up to the number 6 spot. Back to 7th goes Tom Carey the third. 8th on the outside, Dominic Carrot. To his inside for 9th. That's the number 4, Jamie Swallow Jr. trying to crack the top 8. Final car inside of the top 10 is car number 45, Casey Beatty. Beatty rides in 10th, 11th to Nick Johnson. 12th is now Derek Luchacki in car number 03, the winner of the first feature. 15 laps have been completed. 15 complete in this one. It's been all Patrick LaPearl. But Mike Hopkins has not let him get away. Hopkins staying glued right to the rear bumper of that 91 car now as they pace the field. It's the old ABC style body for Patrick LaPearl, the new Gen 6 body for the number 15 of Hopkins. And then behind them, it's a Camry body for the 86 of Marcel Gravel. So it is Chevy motor, Chevy motor, Chevy motor at the front of the pack right now. Then come the Fords. Renfrew in the 00, Shaw in the 04. Side by side right now, battling for 5th and 6th. Right behind them is Carey in car number 5, watching that battle patiently. Shaw trying to get back to the top of the running order where he was accustomed to running in the first feature. Shaw never ran outside of the top 3 in feature number 1 for the American Canadian Tour here today. Finished in the 2nd position after losing the lead on a late restart. A little bit of contact right there between Renfrew and Shaw. These two drivers have been racing against each other in super late models and regular late models throughout New England for the last 5 seasons. Renfrew getting awfully loose in the outside lane, and here comes Tom Carey down to the bottom. He wants to get that spot back that he gave up. They make contact in turn 1. Carey in the 5 on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get by the 00, Jimmy Renfrew Jr. Renfrew slides out high. Carey slides it even higher off the 4th corner and grabs the spot. Jamie Swallow Jr. in car number 4. Going to try to slide his way by both of them, and does down the back straightaway. Swallow in car number 4. Takes that spot away from Renfrew and then immediately grabs another spot from Tom Carey the third. As those two drivers were too busy worrying about each other, they forgot about the rest of the field. And the number 4 of Swallow drives through. 3-car battle now for the top of the standings, and they're all Port City race cars. LaPearl 91, a brand new Port City chassis. The 15 Hopkins and the 86 of Gravel with a mutt. Gravel in the 86 looking to the inside now for 2nd on Mike Hopkins. Hopkins drove to the rear bumper of the Patrick LaPearl car, couldn't make any headway in getting by him, and here comes Gravel looking for 2nd down low. Gravel, a feature winner at Thunder Road, now going to 2nd here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. "25 laps have been completed. There's 100 laps to go here in this one. 100 to go. Gravel grabs 2nd. Still battling side by side, Renfrew and Carey. Renfrew in the 00, Carey in the 5. Continuing to battle side by side, Tom Carey holds firm in that position using the outside lane to his advantage. Right behind them is Casey Beatty in the 45. Derek Luchacki drawing into the picture as well, with Dominic Carrot as well there. Luchacki, kind of an ace in these races. Like I said earlier, in the race number 1, if you hadn't joined us on a Racing America, he swept the Triple Crown Series at White Mountain Motorsports Park presented by Walls Ford. He won 2 100 lappers and a 75 lapper at White Mountain, a track he did not compete at weekly. That team has shown to be very adapting to racetracks very quickly. And right now, he's also trying to get back to the top of the scoreboard. Caution flag is out. Looks like Ricky Bly is in trouble on the back straightaway. And right down pit road goes car number 10 for Christian LaFlamme. So LaFlamme down pit road in car number 10. He's got damage on the right side of that car, but that may have been from feature number 1. LaFlamme on pit road, so there will be no lucky dog this caution flag. LaPearl in the 91 and Gravel 86. Hopkins, who's run as high as second after starting on the pole, currently sits in third. DJ Shaw is up to fourth. Fifth place on the racetrack, fifth place finisher in race number 1, JP Bergeron. He is the highest running driver. No, he's not. He was the highest finishing driver in the first race, but currently Patrick LaPearl would be representing the province of Quebec the best as he currently leads the way. LeGrand LaPearl, the 91. And it looks like the wreckers are going to have to attend to the number 28 of Ricky Bly. Tough break for Bly. Tough break for Ricky Bly. Awfully long trip. Now you'll notice there's 2 cars from the first feature that did not start the second feature. One of them, Brian Wall Jr. Brian Wall finished inside of the top 10 in feature number 1, and unfortunately for him, during practice, he had his throttle stick, and he smoked the wall in turn 1. Good news, he was okay and able to get out of the car. Bad news, car was not repairable here at the racetrack to continue throughout the day. The other driver that retired from the event was Danny Trepanier from Quebec. Jordan Hadley is on a pit road in car number 31, as is Austin Erickson in car number 1. Also on today's card, it is the Mighty Minis, presented by the American Canadian Tour. They'll have a feature event later on this evening, directly following this event. And then after that race is over, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here because the races will be over. Looks like Ricky Bly is up on the wrecker. Took the hood on the back window. Tough break for him. Looks like he slapped the inside wall. He was sliding down the back straightaway. So a tough break for him, but doesn't look too bad. Should not jeopardize the rest of his season. LaPearl in the 91. Let's see what lane he picks. I got a Dionne Warwick psychic feeling. He's going to the outside lane. I'm not 100% sure, but if I had to guess, that's where he's going. No, LaPearl will pick the inside lane. Well, now I'm baffled. LaPearl will X the bottom. So that'll give the outside lane to Gravel in 86. Hopkins in the 15, and then the Dale Shaw race cars, car number 04, the Mustang for DJ Shaw. Runner-up finisher in race number 1. JP Bergeron and Jamie Swallow Jr. 96 laps remaining in this one. Lights are down. The American Canadian Tour Ford Fusion pace car, and we're ready to go back to racing. And will be when they get back around to the green flag. Austin Erickson, back from pit road in car number 1. Pace car peels into the infield. Here they come off of turn number 4, down to the stripe. Green flag is out. LaPearl down low, Gravel up high. Down the back straightaway with the race lead off the outside groove. It is Micro Marcel Gravel. Gravel paces the field on the high side. He will lead lap number 30 across the stripe. 30 laps completed. Gravel is the new race leader on the outside. Coming with him is DJ Shaw, the 04. LaPearl trying to find daylight to the top of the racetrack now. Shaw, though, shoves it in deep on the outside in turn 3. Shaw couldn't make it stick, though, off turn 4 that time. LaPearl now all alone. He can use either lane he wants in the number 2 position. They're side by side for third behind him. Hopkins on the inside, Shaw on the outside. Jamie Swallow Jr. in car number 4, up into the top 5, gets around JP Bergeron for that 5th position. Move Bergeron back to 6th. 7th is the 00 Jimmy Renfrew Jr. Tom Carey giving up spots on the outside. 45 Beatty. Down low, trying to get by Renfrew as well now as he's got that car digging well on the bottom of the racetrack. LaPearl getting rough with the race leader. Patrick LaPearl playing a little bit of bumper tag, and car 91 opens up the inside lane, and he comes after the race lead down low in the Chevy. Gravel on the outside, 86. Inside lane, LaPearl 91. DJ Shaw up into the 3rd position in the 04. Hopkins is 4th. 5th to Swallow. 6th is Bergeron in the 18th. 7th to Beatty. 8th on the outside, Jimmy Renfrew Jr. in the 00. 35 laps are complete. 35 on the board. Gravel continues to show the way on the outside as he has since the restart. LaPearl, though, has not given up on the bottom in the 91 car. LaPearl down low, will not quit in the 91. Deeper in the field, the blows being exchanged between the 73 of Littlewood and the 55 of Keegan Lamson. They both straightened it out. 86 Gravel on the outside with 37 laps on the board. 91 LaPearl. Shaw in the 04. Hopkins 15. Jamie Swallow Jr. LaPearl unable to roll the bottom past the 86 of Gravel. Gravel standing strong on the high side with a race lead down the back straightaway. Gravel just running about a half a car length up the racetrack. Seems to be where the Pizza Equipment Toyota Camry likes to be on the racetrack. Hopkins tries jumping up to the outside lane. That opens up the bottom door. Here comes Jamie Swallow Jr. in car number 4. Overheating problems. Sidelined him in the first one, but it looks like they've got him straightened out down low. 115 laps to go in this one as we've got 40 laps complete. Gravel has pulled away now with the race lead as the battle side by side for second. Shaw down low in the 04. LaPearl up high in the 91. DJ Shaw in the 04, unafraid to use the inside lane and now give him the runner-up spot off of turn number 2. LaPearl back to 3rd. 4th on the outside, still Hopkins. Working down low, car number 4, Jamie Swallow Jr. wants to take that spot away from him, but Hopkins able to hang on in the high groove. Hopkins staying with it on the outside lane, has the 3rd spot. Swallow gives him a little bit of a bump for his problems as they go down the backstretch. Gravel leads. Shaw in 2nd. 3rd to LaPearl. Side by side for 4th. Down low, Swallow. Up high, Hopkins. The 4 on the inside groove and the 15 on the outside groove. J.P. Bergeron right behind him in the 18, and then Casey Beatty in the 45. Derek Luchaki in the 03. A winner of feature number 1 on the day, trying to get himself up into the mix. This time by, it's going to be 45 laps complete, so there'll be 80 laps to go for Marcel Gravel in the 86. Oh, Tom Carey, the 3rd, is in the fence. TC3 up into the outside retaining wall on the Brookside ride, car number 5. And he's got the window net down in a hurry. So Carey is all right. He's been battling pretty hard with Jimmy Renfrew Jr. I didn't see what happened. I know he'd given up a couple of spots, including the one that he gave to Renfrew. And it was on the backslide. And car number 5 in the outside groove may have had a right front tire go down. Renfrew on pit road in the 00. Tom Carey the 3rd parked up against the wall in car number 5, awaiting the wreckers to come pick up that automobile. You can see the right front fender on that car is folded over a good bunch, so that's probably going to spell the end of the day for the Brookside ride, car number 5. Marcel Gravel, car number 86, currently leading the way. Have to see what lane he takes when he has to go to battle with DJ Shaw on the impending restart. Egan Lampson down pit road, as well as Jacob Burns in car number 30. It looks like they're going back into the back pits. Racing America is broadcast coverage is going to go to a break right now. Of course, today's racing action brought to us by HM Motorsports. We'll go to a break with the Racing America. We'll stay right here with the racetrack.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroed belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
Women owned and manufactured in South Carolina, PFC Brakes is the #1 choice for motorsports, fleets, auto manufacturers, and first responders. PFC delivers the best brakes on the market, guaranteed to outlast and outperform the competition. If you're looking to win at the track or reduce downtime for your fleet, or just need more stopping power when towing your boat or trailer, look no further than PFC Brakes. Visit us at pfcbrakes.com to find your local PFC Brakes distributor today. PFC Brakes are bred to win, from the track to the job site. No compromises.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands, as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Welcome back to the Hickory Motor Speedway. If you're watching with us on Racing America, that is the remnants of the number 5. Tom Carey III, the Brookside ride, hard into the retaining wall in turn number 3. And came to a stop down just before you get into turn number 4. Christian LaFlamme is on pit road because he's lost a spring in that car. They may not know it yet, but it's not going to handle well. Marcel Gravel, as the field crosses over to the columns of 2, elects the outside lane. Only the race leader can choose what lane they want to be in. That's a new rule implemented last season for the American Canadian Tour, as we go to a lot of racetracks where sometimes the outside lane has the preferred lane to be in. So if you're in the front row, you can decide which lane you're in. Third place still has to go to the inside of row 2. Fourth has to go to the outside. Front 2 cars, however, just the leader can decide which lane they are in. Lights are down on the American Canadian Tour Ford Fusion pace car. We're set to go back to racing. 45 complete, 80 to go. Gravel the leader. Shaw on the inside. LaPearl 91, Hopkins 15. Picking the pace up off the 4th corner down to the stripe. Green flag is out. No start. Chief starter Jason Lemoy did not like that one bit. He waves it off. We'll try it again. Gravel tried to get a little herky-jerky with the restart. DJ Shaw said, well, I'll see you later. Here we go. Off of turn 4. This time they're together. This time they've got the green flag and they're rolling it to turn 1. DJ Shaw on the inside puts the fender ahead on the inside groove down the back straightaway. Gravel on the outside back to 2nd. Still side by side throughout the rest of the field. Patrick LaPearl loses the handle in turn 4. LaPearl up the racetrack, gathers it back under control, but gives up the 3rd position to Mike Hopkins as DJ Shaw continues to lead by a coat of paint down the back straightaway. Shaw makes the pass, and here comes Gravel to work on the inside. Marcel Gravel tries the crossover move down into turn number 1, but DJ Shaw stays with it on the outside. He'll lead down the backstretch. Shaw in the 04 has taken over the lead. Gravel is second. Back to third has come Patrick LaPearl, and now up to fourth goes Swallow into 4 as Hopkins has problems in the 15 on the outside. Problem maybe in the form of the 18 of Bergeron, and Hopkins is sliding up to the top of the racetrack. Caution flag is out for Mike Hopkins in car number 15. He is going straight down pit road. Unsure what happened to the 15 of Hopkins, but he is in the pit road area in that Port City Race Cars automobile. Scores working over the restart lineup, trying to get everybody back where they go. One thing we do know is DJ Shaw is the leader. Shower of sparks coming out from underneath the 15 of Mike Hopkins' car as we're watching on the Flow Racing replay. Sorry, Racing America. Sorry, it's a lot of things I do. The Racing America replay. And Hopkins has gone back to pit road, and it looks like they have put the window down on the 15 car, so he is done for the day. Shaw takes the outside lane, gives the inside lane to Gravel, and Hopkins is out of the automobile. He's got to be dejected after a third place finish and being running up near the front here for the first quarter of this event. Already on the restart. Gravel on the inside, Shaw on the outside. Shaw's the race leader coming to the stripe. They've got the green. The H Fence Company, car number 04 for DJ Shaw, shows the way down the back straightaway. Gravel down to the bottom of the racetrack has nothing for DJ Shaw as he drives away off of turn 4 with the lead. Jamie Swallow Jr. in car number 4 has got himself the third position. He wrestled that away from Patrick LaPearl. Now it's a couple of Quebecers going side by side for fourth. Legrand LaPearl on the inside. JP Bergeron on the outside. 51 laps are complete. 51 complete. LaPearl on the inside. Bergeron on the outside. Bergeron, top 5 finisher in feature 1. That's another Ford Mustang powered automobile. LaPearl in the Chevy down low, dirt tracking. LaPearl with a handful of race car now on the inside lane. Lets Bergeron by. Jake Johnson going to work on the outside 91. Here comes just Jason Corliss. Haven't heard much from him this weekend. Jason Corliss now making some noise in the 66 car. The Busca Worldwide Movers 66 car just got by Derek Luchacki in the 03, and he's looking for more as the 37 of Jordan Hadley spins in turn 4 but takes it down pit road and will stay green. Shaw, Bergeron spinning Beatti tags him. Dominic Carrot and car number 5 gets a piece of it. I think Jason Corliss may have scrubbed up against the wall on the way by as well. A lot of damage on the Cole Littlewood 73 as he is shedding body panels down there in turn number 1. Eric St. Gelais able to drive away in the 42, as is everyone else. The Racing America replay shows us that the 18 of Bergeron got loose coming off of 4 and then was just never able to gather the car back under control. Went across the nose of the Casey Beatti car, and then everybody else came sliding in. As you can see, he's just dirt tracking loose off of turn 4. Down the front straightaway. Trying to get the car straightened out, but Beatti was occupying the real estate that he needed. Luchacki spins into it in the 03. And Cole Littlewood is on pit road in the 73. And that thing is literally looked like somebody took a can opener to the side of it. Left front tire. Oh, there are all sorts of body work on that 73 car. Damaged. Old Ironsides. It was Battleship Gray. Score is going to work on the restart lineup. DJ Shaw will be the leader on the restart. 54 are complete. 71 laps to go. And it looks like they're trying to make repairs, and the Tom Carey team is joining in. That is Tom Carey III, the person with the beard that is helping him. And I think you may have just told him, dude, your whole body's ripped off. Yeah, I want to still race, though. That's a lot of gnarly damage. Word from Pit Road, Dominic Carrots 5 Main is retiring from the event. Trying to get the body panels ripped off. Overflow is spewing all over the place. So I'm going to say the Cole Littlewood 73 is done. Good shots on pit road, by the way. Shaw still the leader. Everybody was able to drive away from turn number 4, and the lights are on. Must go lighting. Lighting the Hickory Motor Speedway. And now this is something these drivers have not been able to practice for. What the track's going to do when the lights are on and the sunshine's gone. So now we'll see who's played the guessing game the best. Restart lineup is correct. Field crossing over the columns of 2. You'll notice the lights go down on the pace car, so we're going green next time by. Shaw on the outside, Gravel on the inside. LaPearl in the 91 is now 4th on the outside. Jason Corliss is up to 6th in the 66. Here they come into turn 4 down to the stripe. Green is out. DJ Shaw on the outside once again pulls ahead by a car length. Patrick LaPearl, 91, trying to roll the outside lane right up to that number 2 spot. Marcel Gravel getting a little bit wide coming down the front straightaway in the 86 car. LaPearl muscles him back into turn 1 for the number 2 spot on the outside. Gravel on the inside, LaPearl on the outside. Side by side for second. Swallow right behind him. Then Jake Johnson at car number 91. Johnson getting pressured now by Jimmy Renfrew Jr., who's driven his way back up through the field in the 00 car. Renfrew, who had a flat left front tire and had to go down pit road at the Tom Carey caution flag, has circulated his way back up into the top 10. And is looking to make his way by the 91 of Jake Johnson. They're 3 wide. In the back of the pack, Darren Gluchocki trying to charge back up through the field in the 03. DJ Shaw looking at his rearview mirror and likes to see what he is seeing as he is driving away from this battle. LaPearl on the outside, Gravel on the inside. 91 LaPearl up high, 86 Gravel down low. The 4, Jamie Swallow Jr. currently sitting in 4th. 5th is now Renfrew in the 00. Jason Corliss, 66. Into the 6th position. Johnson back to 7th. 8th is Quinny Welch in car number 0. 9th to Andrew Moeller. And rounding out the top 10 is now Nick Johnson in car number 6. 61 laps are on the board for DJ Shaw in car number 04. We are closing in on the halfway mark. As Gravel may be beginning to lose the handle. And the Hoosier tires in car number 86 as he slides up the racetrack. And now here comes Jamie Swallow Jr. looking to get onto the podium. Swallow now grabs 3rd. Gravel back to 4th. Cross flags are going up in the air. We're halfway home. Halfway home for the defending ACT champion DJ Shaw. Shaw in the 04 looking to do one better than feature number 1 as he shows the way down the backstretch. LaPearl 91 is a distant second. Jamie Swallow Jr. is third. Fourth is Gravel. Fifth to Renfrew. Sixth to Corliss in the 66. Jake Johnson in the 91. Quinny Welch in the 0. Andrew Moeller 31. Deeper in the field, the feature winner. Earlier today, the 0-3, Derek Luchacki has not been able to make much ground out of the back of the pack after being involved in that recent caution flag that saw J.P. Bergeron go around. The 0-3, the 18, the 45, Casey Beati, all drivers involved in that accident, still mired deep in the field in this one. 66 laps have been completed for the 04 of Shaw. LaPearl 91 getting a handful right now from the 4 of Swallow. And Jake Johnson in the 91 is going on the attack. He wants to break into the top 5. He goes to work down low on Jimmy Renfrew Jr. in the 00, who's again losing the handle on that car. Renfrew had driven all the way back up to the top 5, but the handling once again seems to be going away as Jason Corliss has got by him for the 5th position. And up to 6th now goes the 91 of Johnson. That moves Renfrew back to 7th, 8th to Welch, 9th to Andrew Moeller. DJ Shaw, the 0-4 leads. Battle still side by side for second place. LaPearl, 91. Swallow in the 4. 86, Gravel. And Jason Corliss creeping into the frame. "70 laps going up on the board. And with a brand new race car, they're finally beginning to get the hang of it. Here comes the 66 team. The Andrew Hill-led crew, car owned by Chris Burnett, driver Jason Corliss. Right now, sitting in the 5th position and ready to challenge in that 66 car. Shaw has driven away at the front. Side-by-side battle right now for second. LaPearl hanging on the outside lane. The 4 of Swallow, 86 Gravel, 66 Corliss. Swallow with the number 4, just barely breathes on the left rear quarter panel of the 91 of LaPearl that time down into turn 1. LaPearl really getting the bite off on the outside lane, and car 91 hanging on, keeping the 4 car behind him. But here comes Swallow. He noses through in the middle of the corner that time. May have driven it too deep, cost him on corner exit. Nose to nose for second. Now by almost a straightaway. Out front, it's DJ Shaw in the 04. Great side-by-side battle for the number 2 position. And DJ Shaw has just checked out on the field. 75 laps complete this time. 75 to go. LaPearl 91 on the outside. Swallow on the inside. Then it's Gravel 86. Swallow with a little bit of a bobble that time. LaPearl, though, unable to seal the deal and pull ahead of him. Corliss ready to strike in the 66. Gravel also ready to pounce in the 86. Shaw continues to just drive away at the front in the Ernie Hill-owned 04. Patrick LaPearl doing the Quebec contingent proud on the outside lane with a number 2 position. Swallow slid high that time off the second corner. Trying to find some momentum, mark the car a little bit differently. Now he's drifting way high off of turn 4 that time. LaPearl holds him off. Little bit of a bobble that time out of the 91. Nobody getting a break in this great side-by-side battle. Water beginning to spew again out of the 4 car. They have fought overheating issues all weekend long. And there was just a little bit of a miss that time out of the overflow. 80 laps complete. 80 laps complete. 45 to go for DJ Shaw. Andrew Moeller, 31, making his way by Nick Johnson in car number 6. That battle includes the 0-3 of Derek Luchacki. Luchacki, Beati, all still struggling to get their way out of the back of the back. Battle for second continues. Shaw has lapped past the 37 of Jordan Hadley and the 10 of Christian Laflamme. LaPearl continues to stay with the number 2 spot. Swallow in the 4, using the tires. He's pinning that car to the bottom of the racetrack. He's putting a lot of wheel into it, trying to stay with him on the inside. Caution flag is out. Yellow flag, turn number 2. We've got one around. Keegan Limpson at car number 55 brings out the caution flag. You see him pulling away. And the yellow flag is out, and that is not at all what DJ Shaw wanted to see. 82 laps complete. Shaw in the 04 had a country mile in hand over the field. Christian Laflamme straight down pit road in car number 10. Keegan Limpson is going to take the 55 to the pit. Nope, he'll stay out. Jordan Hadley will receive the Lucky Dog Award under this caution flag. LaPearl 91 still second. 82 complete. Still to come, the ACT Mighty Minis. Hadley in the 37, picking up the Lucky Dog Award. Get one of his laps back. 04, DJ Shaw. 91, LaPearl. Swallow in the 4 car. Has been fighting overheating issues all weekend. Actually fought over overheating issues when we were here back 2 years ago. 86 gravel is going to restart on the outside of row number 2. 5th on the grid is Jason Corliss in the 66. Pretty good turnaround from feature number 1 for that team. Running inside of the top 5, the Busca Worldwide Movers automobile. Lights are down on the pace car. We're set to go back to racing. Shaw on the outside is the leader. LaPearl is second in the 91. Here they come, picking the pace up off of turn 4 down to the stripe. Green is out. DJ Shaw rolls it high on the outside lane of the 0-4, hangs on to the lead. Patrick LaPearl, 91 on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to hang on to second and hold Marcel Gravel at bay. He slides up the racetrack with the number 2 spot. Swallow in the 4 on the bottom, and Christian Laflamme is back down pit road and Canterbury in. Laflamme back down pit road as Shaw leads the way. LaPearl second. Swallow is third in the 4. Jason Corliss on the bottom in Canterbury 66, looking for the 4 spot away from Marcel Gravel. Corliss on the inside, Gravel on the outside, side by side, down the back straightaway. Door handle into the 3rd corner. Battle for 4th. Corliss on the inside, Gravel on the outside. DJ Shaw continues to set the pace in the 04. Patrick LaPearl all alone in second. Third is Swallow. Then it's the battle for 4th. Corliss on the inside, Gravel on the outside. Jake Johnson, 91, doing double duty this weekend, and his inside, Jimmy Renfrew Jr. in the 00. Oh, 04, DJ Shaw continuing to set the pace and pull away. 88 laps have been completed. 88 complete. And Corliss has got himself the 4th position in the 66 car. Corliss up to 4th position in car 66. Pretty good turnaround for the weekend as they work down the back straightaway. Third place finisher in Feature 1. Jimmy Renfrew Jr. moves himself now up into the top 6. He grabs a 6th spot away from Nick Johnson in the 6th Massachusetts, who just worked by Jake Johnson in the 91 Connecticut. And right behind them is Derek Luchaki, who's beginning to run out of time as we have 34 laps to go in this one with 91 complete. DJ Shaw classing the field right now at the front in car number 04. LaPearl 91, swallowing a 4 and closing in is Corliss in the 66 car. Jason Corliss, 66, 20th on the speed charts in all 3 sessions on Thursday. Not the way you expect the 3-time Thunder Road team to perform. But they threw that setup out the window and completely rebuilt the car in yesterday's rain day. And right now they have figured it out as they are challenging for the 3rd position in the 66 car. Shaw in the 04. LaPearl slides up that time into the inside lane. Here comes Swallow in the 4. Once again, they picked that battle up. 20-lap battle they had for the number 2 position before the last caution flag. They've picked it back up now with 30 laps to go. And Swallow gets wide, and Corliss thought about 3 wide, but thought better of it. Swallow in the 4 using every lane of the racetrack. LaPearl 91 using the outside lane of the racetrack and trying to hang on. He bobbles off a turn 2. Swallow trying to come through on the inside. Right behind him is Corliss, pinned to his rear bumper. Swallow sideways that time off a turn 4 down the front straightaway as DJ Shaw just continues to drive away at the front of the pack. Shaw, the leader right now, uncontested at the front by almost a straightaway. And into the top 3 comes Corliss in the 66 down low. Tires going away on the 91, Patrick LaPearl, and it's Jason Corliss now into the top 3. Corliss grabs 3rd on the bottom. Swallow has 2nd, but for how long? Because here comes Corliss for that position. "25 laps to go this time as there is 100 laps complete for DJ Shaw in the 04. New player in the battle for 2nd place on the inside groove. It is the 66 Corliss, and he is trying to find a new lane around this racetrack. All the way down onto the apron, trying to shortcut this racetrack and get away around, swallowing the 4. Marcel Gravel coming after the 4th position now in car 86. Tires beginning to fade on the 91, Patrick LaPearl, as he slides back on the outside. Around the bottom comes the 86 of Gravel. Does Swallow in the 4 have what it takes to hang on to the 2nd position? As he continues to duke it out with Jason Corliss in the 66 car. DJ Shaw in the 04 just cruising at the front right now, just hoping for no caution flags between now and the pay window. Bottom of the racetrack, Corliss, 66, puts the fender ahead, but can't quite get the run off the corner he needs to clear the 4 of Swallow for 2nd place. That time across the stripe, 2nd place belonged to the 66 of Corliss. Swallow on the outside trying to stay with him. Corliss on the inside, Swallow on the outside, side-by-side battle for 2nd, side-by-side battle for 4th. LaPearl 91 outside, Gravel 86 inside. Corliss has the 2nd spot, gets a how do you do from Swallow in car number 4, but hangs on to 2nd now, trying to pedal away. Gravel in 86 trying to work his way by LaPearl and challenge for that number 3 position, but the 91... LaPearl not going to give it up on the outside lane. Lap traffic dead ahead for the race leader. And it's side-by-side. Lampson 55 and the 1 of Austin Erickson. Side-by-side, dead ahead of the race leader, who only has 18 circuits to go, but they're jammed up side-by-side in front of him. Shaw threads the needle by the 55, Keegan Lamson. DJ Shaw now down to the bottom, trying to lap past the one of Austin Erickson, as Jason Corliss has motored off with the second position. Problem for the 55, Keegan Lamson. Shower of sparks off the front of the 55 car, and he's making the turn into the pit area. He may have a right front tire down on the 55 car. Or possibly something broken in the suspension, because as he came by down here on the front straightaway, the tires still look to have air in it. Gravel 86 has now secured fourth. Does he have enough time to try to track down Swallow to battle for third? Laps to go as they come off turn 4 this time for DJ Shaw, still with about a straightaway, just under a straightaway in hand on Jason Corliss, who rides in the second position. Jamie Swallow Jr. in car number 4 sits in third. Fourth is Marcel Gravel. Fifth is Patrick LaPearl. Sixth is Jimmy Renfrew. Eighth to Nick Johnson. Ninth to Jake Johnson. And 10th is Derek Luchaki. 11 more circuits for DJ Shaw. There's nothing but daylight now between him and Jason Corliss, as Corliss is going to the whip in the 66. This time by 10 fingers are going up in the air from our chief starter, Jason Lemoyne. 10 laps to go for DJ Shaw. Can Jason Corliss track him down? Corliss in the 66 trying to close in on DJ Shaw. But he may be running out of time, as now there's only 9 laps to go. 9 to go for DJ Shaw in the 04. Corliss second. He is shrinking the gap right now. 8 laps to go. Jordan Hadley is taking the 37 car to the pits. Corliss has cut a couple of tenths of a second out of the race lead, but I just don't know that he's going to have enough time to get there. Shaw in the 04. Comes to 6 laps to go. 6 to go for the 04. So 5 fingers are up in the air right now atop the flag stand. 5 laps to go for DJ Shaw, and Corliss is closing. Less than 2 miles remain in this one. As DJ Shaw continues to click them off, a couple of Ford Mustangs are on a 1-2 at the front, with Jamie Swallow Jr. in third. Corliss continuing to dig in the 66, but he's going to need one of those yellow flags if he's going to try to make a run for it. And these two drivers have no love lost between them, as you've seen what they have put on in the Midsummer Classic 150s, 250s the last 2 years, as we've got 2 laps to go in this one. DJ Shaw down the back straightaway. Half a straightaway lead. White flag coming out. One more time around for DJ Shaw in the 04. Jason Corliss, 66 second, and Swallow in the 4 is third. Checkered flag ready to go up in the air, picking up the win in race number 2, the Easter Bunny 125. DJ Shaw, your winner. Second place goes to Jason Corliss. Third goes to Jamie Swallow Jr. Fourth goes to Marcel Gravel, and Jimmy Renfrew Jr. racks off the top 5 finish.
Now DJ Shaw going to join Wayne Hellwell and Derek Guchaki as American Canadian Tour winners here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Been a frustrating day for DJ Shaw in that past super late model. But a first and a second here for the American Canadian Tour car. Being Saker 50-50 tickets out, we're going to have a 50-50 drawing. Take those 50-50 tickets out. You've got ticket stub number 773-8613. That's ticket stub number 773-8613. If you'll take it down to where you purchased the 50-50 ticket, you are a winner. Aaron's down trackside. He's going to catch up with our winner, DJ Shaw.
Let him hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of the car, DJ Shaw, winner of the Easter Bunny 150. Defending American Canadian Tour champion. Come on over here, DJ. We've done this quite a few times. Right here. You get the Easter Bunny. You can bring that home. You can have it. So St. Patrick's Day is not your day, but Easter apparently is your holiday.
Yeah, I was a little better here in the second race, and I'm wiped out right now. This was a long day, and what a sweet way to cap it off.
What'd you run, 670 million laps today?
It feels like it. It's been a long off season.
It has. Apparently, you got to start working out again.
Again, yeah.
Start, I guess.
Yeah. Well, good start to the ACT season for us, and just looking forward to getting the rest of this season off on the right foot, and hopefully we can turn the pass deal around in time for the point season to count, and just can't thank these guys enough. Andrew gave me a hell of a car today. AH Fence Company let us come down here. Arnie, wish he could be here with us, but this one's for him.
All right, there you go. Congratulations on winning the Easter Bunny 125. We're going to go find our second place finisher, Jason Corliss. Jason, you know where to go. Right by the 66 on the side of your car. You've done plenty of times. There's no need to explain it to you. That way. Come on. Right in the dent where that's even your spot. It's marked today. So it's quite a turnaround because I was like watching our racing monitor at home when I was working on Thursday, and I'm like, 20th quick. I'm like, I don't know. And then I came and I watched the practice this morning. I'm like, eh. And then I watched the first feature and I was like, eh. And then I'm like about 10 laps into this one. I'm like, there they are. What was the big change?
Yeah, just everything. We busted out a brand new Port City race car here, and hey, anything new race cars, take a little bit of work and a little bit of adjustment. Drivers got to get used to it too. So, I just owe it to this team, Port City Race Cars, everybody for all the hard work, all these guys behind me for taking the week to come down here. Finally, feels good to finally end the weekend with a race car we felt like we could compete with. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, you guys are 3-time Thunder Road champions, so if there's going to be somebody you're going to go to war with, I don't want to pick those guys, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they got my back, and I got theirs, and feels good to finally get them something from Hickory. It's we've tried 3 times, and finally walk away with some hardware was nice.
Well, second place, the DJ Shaw is a pretty good day for you.
Yeah, I was really hoping for a restart there. I definitely felt like we were quicker, but he was gone, so, of course, no late restart. Would have loved a chance, but hey, coming from 17th, I'll take second. That's not too bad of a day.
All right, well, congratulations. Great run today. We're going to go find our third place finisher. Jason Corliss comes home in the runner-up spot. All the way down here. Jamie Swallow Jr. Jamie, I'm not going to stand over where we normally stand because I've been watching that thing spray all day. Spot overheating problems most of the weekend, but you came home on the podium, so it's going to make you feel good to go home with.
It certainly does, yeah. Man, this is a long time coming, I think. We've been fast at places and short runs, long runs, but just never been able to get the car good on the real long runs, and just trying some new stuff, and it seems to be working all right. Yeah, I'm happy.
Good, because you and Patrick put on one heck of a battle for second place for about 45 laps. It was one of the best side-by-side races I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think we respect each other very well, and hope everybody enjoyed the racing. I got to thank, I don't even care about the racing. I got to thank a lot of people. this crew right here is, I don't even know how to explain them. They're there for me no matter what. They fly down to North Carolina 15 hours away. It's hard to imagine support, it's just crazy. They're great. They work well together. They're awesome. And I got to thank my sponsors, T&8 Forestry, Twelve & Sons Landscaping, 12 & Sons Concrete, Kelly and Roy Pulling Horses, Cindy's Craft Barn, anybody else who wants to get on board.
There you go. Third place finisher from Lancaster, New Hampshire, Jamie Swallow Jr. Second place went to Jason Corliss at number 66, and picking up the win from Center Conway, New Hampshire, DJ Shaw. That concludes the ACT portion of the show. We've got the ACT Mighty Minis coming up momentarily.
Thanks, Aaron. And, of course, Racing America will have you covered all year long with the American Canadian Tour and Pro All-Star Series. Ag Mighty Minis coming up next. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with our final race of the night after this.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroth belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
It's gotta be the wildest ride in the world.
To say he started off the season in dominating fashion would be an understatement.
Racing returns to the legendary Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, April 1st and 2nd, the 49th running of the Icebreaker. C-Pass Super Late models hit the track on Saturday the 1st. Then on Sunday, it's one of the area's oldest modified traditions, the Icebreaker, paying $10,000 to win for the ground-pounding modified. It's the 49th annual Icebreaker at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, and you can watch it all only on Racing America.
Get up on your feet, race fans.
Can you believe it? Right now, racing, in my opinion, is as healthy as it's been in the last 15 to 20 years.
Just wanting to make that first lap.
Welcome back to Hickory Motor Speedway as the Ag Mighty Minis roll out now for the final main event of the night. But we're going to have lots more racing action for you on Racing America. If you're a subscriber to RacingAmerica.tv, still racing down at South Alabama Speedway. I know they were qualifying just a little bit ago, still the Baby Rattler left to go. And more racing, that is tonight and, of course, tomorrow afternoon. Tune in for the Rattler 250. That'll be at South Alabama Speedway, so tune in after we go on air. The Ag Mighty Minis on track now, and here's Aaron Maynard once again.
Thank you very much, Alan. 50 laps, Mighty Minis to close it out on the pole. Car number 18 is Chuck Wall. Outside, Tim Kneip, car number 10. A.J. Sanders doesn't have to come from quite so far back this time. He'll start from the third position outside, car number 09. That is Sean Kneip. The number 1, starting next on the grid, that is Sean Kneip. Starting outside him will be Mike Beans in car number 85. The 13 is Cameron Sontag. The 88 is Emerson Kerr. The 41, that's Bobo Williams. Outside him, winner of feature number 1, Michael Tucker in the 16. The 33, Aaron Aiken. The 7 is Matt or Cody LeBlanc. The 12 is Jesse York. Here they come in a dirt four down to the stripe. Green is out. Jake Reum is the 18. The 12, Massachusetts, is Chris Sontag. The 26 is Aiden Gothier and Kevin Willie in the other 7. That is a Matt LeBlanc 7. The Cody LeBlanc 7 has been retired. Wheel to wheel for the top spot down into turn 1. Tim Knight on the outside leads it. Chuck Wall down low in the 18, wants to take it back. AJ Sanders right behind him. Doesn't have to use that car up so hard to get through the field this time. 2 laps complete. Knight on the outside, away with the lead. They've made that car better. He may be used to running under the lights here at Hickory. Mike Beans 85. Yellow flag is out. Aaron Aikens around in there, number 1. Yellow flag. 2 complete yellow flag. That means there's 48 laps to go. Caution flag for Aaron Aiken. Scorers are working over the restart lineup. The 0-9 of Randy Knipe is supposed to go up 1 spot. Laps remaining. Scorers working over the restart lineup, and then we're ready back to go. Aaron Aiken just spun again in turn 1. Maybe some brake problems on the 33 car. She got on the brakes going into turn 1 and the car skipped around. Restart lineup is correct. Fields crossing back over the columns of 2. Aiden Gauthier's on pit road in the 60s, in the 26. Looks like Aaron Aiken may be headed to the pits in the 33. Aiken is definitely headed to the pits. Makes it to pit road, so we'll go back to green flag racing. Pace car pulls off. On the inside, it is the number 10. Tim Knipe. On the outside, Chuck Wall, AJ Sanders. Here they come at a 4. Green flag is out. The number 10 car grabs the jump on the inside. Tim Knipe. Shucking and driving, middle of the pack. Here comes Emerson Kayer on the inside 88. He gets the door slammed. Bobo Williams gives him the how do you do. Everybody getting physical right now with 47 laps to go. 3 complete. Knipe in the 10 is the leader. Side by side, Sanders on the inside. Into the 24, gets by the 18 of a Wall for second. Keep an eye on that 16 car. Absolutely demolished the field. And feature number 1 trying to march his way out of the middle of the pack now. Working the inside on Mike Beans down to back straightaway. That's the battle for the 5th position. The 16 up 1 now into the top 5. Michael Tucker looking to go 2 for 2 on the day. He'd be the only driver to do it. Nope. He would join Cole Butcher in doing it because Cole Butcher went 2 for 2 with the Pro All-Star Series. Out front, Tim Knipe in the 10. AJ Sanders in the 24 as second. Third place is Chuck Wall. Emerson Kayer, 88 now, trying to work his way into 6th by the Mike Beans 85. Kevin Willey going a lap down as they rocket past him on the outside. Knipe in the 10, the leader. You know, this was a 4-tire by race. There may have been some interesting things being done. Knipe in the 10 is the leader. Sanders is second in the 24. 18 Wall. Battling down to the inside now. 10 complete, 40 to go. The battle for second continues, but he's got a new dance partner. Here comes Tucker in the 16. Michael Tucker in the 16, a winner of feature number 1. "12 complete. 12 laps complete for the number 10, Tim Knipe. Knipe the leader. Chuck Wall. Here comes Tucker in the 16. Emerson Kerr in trouble on the back straightaway. Kerr off the pace, gave up a couple of spots in 88 car, but got it rolling again. He was loof off before that time as he again lapped past the Kevin Willey 7. AJ Sanders in the 24. Trying to hold off the number 16. That's the battle for third as Tim Knipe is the leader. Knipe is the leader by a long shot right now, as he is absolutely laying it down. He's got a straightaway. He's got the same lead DJ Shaw had. Chuck Wall and AJ Sanders second and third. Right behind him. Winner of feature 1, the 16, Michael Tucker. Tucker trying to get into the mix. Not quite head and shoulders above the field like he was in that first feature. Tries to find a hole off the number 2 down the back straightaway on the inside. He gets there. Sanders on the outside trying to hang on to the number 3 position. Knipe in the 10 is like a 200% improvement from feature number 1. They laid hands on that car during the intermission. "30 laps to go for the number 10, Tim Knipe. Best battle going on the racetrack right now is between Cameron Sontag in the 13, the 85 Mike Beans, and the 88 of Emerson Kerr, as they battle behind Cameron Sontag in the number 12. They're soon to be battling around him instead of behind him as they split him 3 wide down the back straightaway. Sontag on the outside was able to hold off Emerson Kerr, but not for long as Kerr pulls ahead down the back straightaway. Mike Vians, 85, tried to build the hole underneath, could not. Sontag will hang on to that position. Tim Knipe, Chuck Wall, and AJ Sanders still your top 3. Michael Tucker has kind of stalled out in the 16. Charged hard early, but 4th place and has kind of bottomed out. Whoa, look out, 17 around the front straightaway. Caution flag is out for the number 17, Nick Miller, spinning here on the front straightaway of that Mustang. And we've got ourselves a yellow flag, just shy of the halfway mark. Scores working over the restart lineup. Tim Knipe kind of struggled in the first feature, but that thing has come to life here for feature number 2. Chuck Wall in the 18. AJ Sanders in the 24. "27 laps to go in this one. Restart lineup correct. Field now going to cross over in the columns of 2 behind the base car. Tim Knipe on the inside, Chuck Wall on the outside. AJ Sanders and the 16 on the outside is the winner of feature number 1. That is Michael Tucker. 27 laps to go. Here they come off of 4. Green is out. Off the inside once again, Knipe able to grab the lead and drive away down the back straightaway. AJ Sanders in the 24, now up to second. Chuck Wall backsliding on the outside of the 18 car. Wall on the outside of the 18, not coming up to life. After that restart, he was hanging on to the number 2 position at the time of the caution, but now he's got nothing doing on the outside lane, and he's in trouble fighting for his life as he's all the way back to the 5th position now. Michael Tucker dives it down low. He wants 3rd. He grabs it, but here comes Chuck Wall back to the inside of the 18. Chuck Wall in the 18 down to the bottom. Looking to go to that number 3 position, trying to take it away from feature winner number 1, Michael Tucker. Out front, though, it's the number 10, Tim Knipe. No contest, once again pulling away. AJ Sanders in the 24 and Michael Tucker in the 16. Tucker's got a rear view mirror right now full of Chuck Wall in car 18. Emerson Kerr in the 88 has got himself 5th. Sean Knipe in car number 1, now 6th. Mike Bienz is 7th. 8 is Bobo Williams in the 41. This time by, it's going to be 20 to go. 20 laps to go at the stripe for Tim Knipe and car number 10, AJ Sanders and Mike Tucker. 13, Cameron Sontag and Jesse York now battling it out. That's the white 12 car and the 13 side by side going down the back straightaway. Sontag in the Mustang right behind the 12 of York. $19 to go on the weekend. And Tim Knipe is trying to win it strong. Knipe down the back straightaway. Half a straightaway lead in hand over AJ Sanders in the 24. Then it is Michael York in the 16. Chuck Wall 4th, 5th Emerson Kerr. Sean Knipe in the 1, 6th. Cameron Sontag really beginning to slide back on the outside in the 13 as the 09 of Randy Knipe pulls to his inside to try to move by him. Tim Knipe puts a lap on the number 12 Massachusetts of Chris Sontag. As we watch the battle right now with Cameron Sontag trying to hold off Knipe in the 09. 15 laps to go. It'll be 14 when Tim Knight gets to the stripe right there. 14 laps remaining. 14 and only 14 to go. '41. Bobo Williams trying to hold off Jesse York. Good battle going on right now between Bobo Williams, Jesse York in the 12, Knipe in the 09, and Sontag in the 13. This time by is going to be 10 laps to go. Coming off of turn 4 right now is your leader. Tim Knipe, the leader, has 10 to go. AJ Sanders is second. Third is Michael Tucker. They've snapped together like a rubber band. Now they're going to try to battle for second. Knipe leading. 9 remaining. They are actually beginning to close on the leader. The lead is evaporating. There may be enough time. Knipe may not be home free yet in the 10 car. Sanders in the 24 and the 16 of Tucker. If they work together, they may catch the leader, but if they start battling, it may go away. Michael Tucker immediately, as I said that, throws it to the bottom for second and takes it. Tucker may be the fastest car on the racetrack. He may have just been waiting to let the tires come in. 7 laps to go. And the 10 of Tim Knipe is trying to tiptoe through the tulips with lap traffic. And it is hot and heavy in front of him. And here comes Tucker. 6 remaining. 2 miles to go. And traffic is stopped in turn 1. Here comes Tucker in the 16. 41 to Bobo Williams in the 12. Oh, look at! Around goes the 17 again. Nick Miller in the 17 spins again. Yellow is out. Well, I was not expecting that. 5 to go. And the word from race control, that would be the last time Nick Miller will spin out today. As he was trying to give the lead lap cars plenty of room, as you can see, as he comes off of turn 4 to go to, or turn 2 to go down the back straightaway. And he just kind of got up in the loose stuff, and around he went. And now we're going to see what Michael Tucker was saving. Tim Knipe in the 10. Knipe is the leader in the 10 car. Michael Tucker just barely moved himself into second, and they were catching the leader. AJ Sanders will run right there with him in the pace car, now trying to find the head of the field. There he goes. Tim Knipe with 6 to go is going to have Michael Tucker to his outside. AJ Sanders is third in the 24. Emerson Kayer and Chuck Wall. There may be Chuck Wall and Emerson Kayer, I'm unsure. They'll figure it out. Yeah, Emerson Kayer will be 5th. Chuck Wall will be 4th. Sean Knight in the 1 is 6. Mike Beans is 7. Jesse York is 8th. Lights are down on the pace car. We've got 6 to go. Tim Knipe and Michael Tucker. Tucker looking to pull the Cole Butcher and go 2 for 2. Here they come to turn 4. Green is out. And they've got it with 6 remaining. And the inside lane gets the big break. Away goes Knipe with the lead. Here comes Sanders for second. A.J. Sanders in the 24 on the inside. Trying to take second from Michael Tucker. 5 fingers in the air from our starter. That means there's 5 laps to go. 5 laps remaining. And Tim Knipe is pulling away in Canterbury 10. A.J. Sanders in the 24. The 16, Michael Tucker. Side by side. Oh, Tucker got a piece of the concrete on the back straightaway. Tucker slid it up into the wall now with 3 to go. Tucker may be in danger of losing second now, or in third actually, because here comes Chuck Wall in the 18. The parallel sticks are going up in the air. That means 2 to go. 2 laps to go for Tim Knipe in the 10. Battle is for second, third, and fourth. 2 of these 3 are going to be on the podium, and 1 is not, and it may be the 16. He's sideways off of yellow is out. Caution flag is out. Mike Vian's 85. Jesse York in the 12. All torn up down in turn number 1. We were watching a battle for second and third. Heartbreak for Tim Knipe in Canterbury 10, although he's been pretty good in the restart so far. He may not be in trouble at all. The 12 and the 13, the Suntogs need pushes. Twelve's headed the wrong direction. That's Jesse York. The 13, Cameron Suntogs, headed the right direction. Looks like the 12's got it fired. He's driving away. Kevin Willie's still rolling in the 7, but not very quickly. Scores working over the restart lineup. 2 laps to go on the St. Patrick's Day Easter Bunny 150 day. Or 125 day if you're here from ACT. I am very glad, though, that the Sing Sing bodies got together and did it all in one day, and we didn't have to come back again tomorrow. Two to go. The 09's ready to come back. That's Randy Knipe. Telling you what, these Knipes brought enough to have their own division. Tim Knipe leads. You got Randy Knipe. I don't know why, but for some reason the name Dexter Knipe sticks out in my head. I feel like I should know why, but it's just there. Oh, because he's a former track champion here. All right. Fair enough. So it's a real person, though. All right. Restart lineup is correct. We've got 2 laps to go. That means it's going to be a green, white checker. And you know what? That's crazy. And apparently there's debris. Debris. Pierre-Luc Debris? You may be out there. He probably is not out there. They have got the debris. Anyone watching from the Ontario area, just in case you cared, the battle for Ontario is currently tied at 2 with the Maple Leafs and the Senators not in. in the second period. I may be the only person that minds, but I know there's a lot of Canadians watching in here. So if you're interested, the Leafs and the Sens are currently tied at 2 apiece. We're a long way from Toronto. Actually, they're playing in Ottawa tonight. Lights are out on the pace car. We're set to go. Pace car pulls in. We're ready to go. Here they come. Off a turn 4, down to the stripe. Green is out. Oh! Back of the pack. The 16 got all kinds of crossed up. Michael Tucker, winner of first one, not going to do it here today in the second one. He will not do the double. We got the white flag coming out for Tim Knipe in the 10. A.J. Sanders and Chuck Wall, second and third, just like they were in the first feature. Final time down the back straightaway for Tim Knipe in car number 10. He'll lead them through turns 3 and 4. Down to the checkers. Checkered flag is out. Tim Knipe wins it. What a run for Tim Knipe in car number 10. A.J. Sanders and Chuck Wall comes home in the third position.
Aaron headed down trackside to get a word with our final winner here of Easter Bunny Weekend 2023, Tim Knipe. Familiar victory lane for him at Hickory Motor Speedway as the Act Mighty Minis put on a great race here this afternoon, and we appreciate those guys coming out and supporting the Easter Bunny Weekend here at Hickory Motor Speedway, as well as all of the American Canadian Tour teams and Pro All-Star Series Super Late models. Folks that have been here at Hickory Motor Speedway, a cold, windy evening to end up Easter Bunny Weekend, but we get it all in after the rain on Friday. Tim Knipe out of the car, and he's going to take home an Easter Bunny as A.J. Sanders comes over and gives him congratulations.
Tim Knipe comes home victorious in feature number 2. Tim, come on over here. Stand right here. Right by your number. The car did not look very good in the first one, but man, I don't know what you guys did to it, but you made it a lot better for the second one.
Well, we tightened it up, and then when we thought we tightened it up some more. So.
You got it tight enough?
Oh, it was tight. So. Transmission come out last week. It came out again tonight. It was stuck in gear. That's why I had to get going. I mean, I know it on these restarts. I figured AJ get me on this restart, but it is what it is. We finally finished one.
It was your day. You finally finished, and you won. You got some people to thank, help you get here?
Yes, sir. Jack Leather Auto Sales, Best Mortgage, Fairway Motors, Diggs Tire Center. Who we missed? Oh, yeah, the tour. Appreciate y'all for having us. Right here's the truth. Right here's what makes it go.
Well, they did a good job.
But we finally finished one anyway. We've been struggling for a year and a half just finishing the race.
Well, you definitely finished. Congratulations. You got the first place trophy. Tim Knipe, your winner. Second place finisher. I guess you'll be the king of the minis this weekend. Or I guess it's not really a weekend because it was all one day, right? But you finished second the first one, second the second one. You didn't have to come from as far back the second time, but Tim Knipe was not going to be denied today.
No, that thing was on a rail for some reason. I don't know. He got something figured out there for the second one. But, second, yeah, that's good. But if you're a true racer, still ain't satisfied with a second place finish, but because you want to win.
You race at Bowman Gray.
I race everywhere. Bowman Gray, Florence, you name it. We won the big race in Florida, the Freedom Factory. But, I got to thank the good Lord above for one thing. I mean, I got mad earlier and had to ask him to just calm me down. So, thank my sponsors, Carolina Triad, Choice Realty, Jerry Hunt Super Center, Radical Race Gear, RevX Oil Treatment, Twin City Towing, Clifton Plumbing, I mean, without all your help that you have out there, Parish Tire, they're coming on board as soon as they get the thing back home and get it body panels, but don't get reroute. But yeah, and then we go to Bowman Gray now and have a little fun.
I thought I'd recognize. So we got here, and I looked at the car and I recognized it. I'm like, well, there's no way I recognize a mini stock because I don't watch mini stock. But I do watch Bowman Gray, so that would be where I know you from. Well, congratulations. Great 2 second-place finishes. Good way to wrap up your weekend, which was really just a one-race day. And now we'll go find our third-place finisher, who we'll call Mr. Third Place for the day, Chuck Wall, who has my favorite racing name still. Congratulations, Chuck. Great run. Third-place finish. Great way to wrap up the evening.
Yeah, third both times. I mean, there's a good group of cars we're running with. I mean, they're top notch. I mean, can't hold nothing against them. Got to thank Adam with John Baker Plumbing, Greg Butcher Trucking, Jimmy and Teresa J&T Services, and all my family coming out here. I mean, can't beat that. Had a good night. We're going to load it up one piece, so can't beat it.
There you go. Third place finisher, Chuck Wall. Second place finisher was A.J. Sanders. And picking up the win, Tim Knipe in Canterbury 10. Thank you very much. I've been Aaron Maynard. I will throw it back up to Alan Dietz for his closing remarks.
Thanks a lot, Aaron, and you did a great job as you carried the bulk of the afternoon here for the American Canadian Tour. And we want to remind you the next time you'll see many of these drivers that you saw here at Hickory Motor Speedway this weekend, April 1st and 2nd, the Icebreaker at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, along with $10,000 to win for the Tour Type Modifieds. Then about a month from now, many of these same drivers will be at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Northeast Classic. We also remind you we'll be covering the PASS Series and ACT throughout 2023. But most importantly, if you're a subscriber to Racing America, turn over right now, before I even get finished here, turn over right now to South Alabama Speedway and our coverage of the Rattler. You've only missed one main event. The Modified's lining up now. Baby Rattler for the Pro Late models still to go. And then remember, tomorrow afternoon, the Rattler 250, $25,000 to win for the SRL National Super Late Models. Hey, and if you're a subscriber, you can watch it all. If you're not a subscriber, go to racingamerica.tv and subscribe now. For Aaron Maynard and our entire crew here at Hickory Motor Speedway, I'm Alan Dietz saying congratulations to all of our winners, and we'll see you next time here on Racing America.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of Racing America. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
substantial contact there between turns 3 and 4, but he continues to roll off. And Lester Ingram there, as you saw in the Racing America replay, hard contact there with the inside retaining wall. So track safety crew making their way over to get that car off of the racetrack. All of this happening. It's Lester on the point. Leston riding in the second spot. Richie Smith, Cody Brusso. She has made her way up to the 4th spot. And you got to know, with this caution flag, we're going to re-rack them and restack them and get ready. This is brand new life for Cody Brusso and the rest of the pack.
Absolutely. But Lester right now is, I'd still go back to the contact he had with Matt Martin. That right front tire, the exposed tire. Now, the rear tires have a little bit of protection from the bodywork. You see on our Racing America screens right here, there's no protection on the right front. And that right front was all up in the left rear of Matt Martin. I thought it may have at least punctured the tire, broke something on the suspension. Okay, we'll watch it here from earlier in the race. Lester in the 45, you see him driving it down into turn number 3. There's going to be some serious contact right there, all up in the door panel, the Nerf bar. Fishtails the 168 of Martin, but never failed or never even wavered the 45 of Jason Lester. He drove right on through and all the way to the front.
Yeah, and my immediate thought right there, because the contact, it looked like it was with the substantial contact, a lot of it with that Nerf bar. So you see that happening, and a lot of times when that happens, that's when the toe goes awry. You never know. Maybe racing is such a crazy game, Ryan. That may have done something to the right front. That may have adjusted that toe 1/8 of an inch or something that made it even better, because it really does seem he's gotten faster since that initial contact.
Hey, they say all the time, sometimes you hit something and it goes faster. So, let's try to do it that way at the shop again. So, Jason Lester has definitely been the benefactor of that contact. Matt Martin, who was running in second, he was able to save the car, but he's lost some spots. He's all the way back into the 6th position. So, as we run under caution, still with 33 laps to go, your top 10 as they run on the racetrack. Actually, we take you to our lead lap cars. We've got 9 on the lead lap as they run. Jason Lester in the 45 is your race leader. Then Jeff Letson, the 131, runs in second. Richie Smith, we've talked about quite a bit, runs in third. Cody Brusso kind of lurking back there in the 4th spot. Will Mack, the veteran here at South Alabama Speedway, is 5th. Matt Martin, who was up as high as 2nd to start this race, runs in 6th. Lance Blacker, 7th. Parker Pugh is 8th. The last car on the lead lap is Todd Valdez in 9th.
Working towards the halfway point here of this 50-lap feature race for your modifieds at South Alabama Speedway. Looks like we will double file them here. We'll double stack them to the outside. There goes Letson in the 131. So when we get ready to go on the break right here, that'll be who gets the whole shot into corner number 1. Preferred line is probably going to be the 45 there down on the bottom of Lester. But I got to tell you got to think with Letson. Letson probably hasn't forgotten anything yet. So let's take a look and see how they race this out.
Absolutely hasn't forgotten. Also, just to remind you, this is our first restart of the night. No choose rule here. Only it was traditional choose rule. Only the leader can choose. So the leader, Jason Lester, chose the bottom. That puts Letson up on the outside. Green flags waving once again, and here we go. Great restart for the 45 of Jason Lester. Letson's going to lose second to Richie Smith off of turn number 2.
It was a 2.5 car length hole shot right there for Lester in the 45, but the move is Richie Smith. The veteran rides in the 2nd spot. That relegates a 131 of Lester, of Letson back to the 3rd spot. Here we go. Side-by-side battle happening right there for the 5th spot. Cody Brusso up on the top side. Here we go to the back straightaway. 36 car down on the inside of Lance Blacker. They run wheel to wheel down into the corner. Blacker down on the bottom. Brusso up on the top side. They float out of the corner as the leaders go single file, and it's a brand new 5th place car of Blacker.
Lance Blacker will take that spot, but he's got a lot of work to do to catch those cars in front of him. 4-car freight train trying to pull away from the station once again, led by 2 really fast locomotives of 45 Lester and 42 Richie Smith. Smith won this race a couple of years ago here at the Rattler. Now looking to try to win it again, but Jason Lester trying to run away and hide on an Alabama Saturday night.
I got to tell you, that restart right there benefiting Richie Smith to the maximum. Here he is about a half a car length behind as they go single file down the front straightaway once again. Continues to be Jason Lester up at the front of the pack, 16.511. Richie Smith that time, 16.389. So the 42 car, even behind the leader, is quicker.
This time they'll roll off the corner. There's the 168 of Matt Martin, who was high as second. He has crept his way back into fourth. Would Matt Martin, if he's able to get back to Jason Lester, you think he would forget what happened? I don't think so. I think he would lay the right front to Jason Lester if he could catch him, that being Matt Martin.
Absolutely. Here we go as they motor around. Hey, Ryan, we want to welcome in all of the folks that may be moving over as they have been checking out Hickory all day. Now the coverage right here. We welcome you to South Alabama Speedway as we are at the 47th Annual Hardee's Rattler 250. This is Saturday night at the Rattler already. The super stock race complete. Now we got the ground pound and modifieds on the racetrack. Jason Lester leads Richie Smith here from South Alabama.
Welcoming in all those PASS and ACT fans. Now we're getting down and dirty on a deep South Saturday night. Matt Martin in that 168 was up in second earlier, but now he's relegated back to fourth, and Lance Blacker continues a very impressive run. He started way back in about eighth, I believe, clawing it inside the top five with a pass of Cody Brusso. Now he's trying to get past Matt Martin to get up into the fourth spot. 25 laps to go.
Halfway home right there, and it continues to be up at the front of the pack. Jason Lester, it has been quite the event for him. A lot of contact on the racetrack for this guy, but he is getting away from the pack as he now tries to escape from Richie Smith. That time by, it is a 0.6 of a second advantage for Lester as we go to the back straightaway. Now we're starting to string it out a little bit, and this may be Ryan once again. Maybe got to cool those tires off a little bit, but if you're doing that, you got to be hoping maybe another caution flag.
The easiest place to cool your tires, Rodney, is out front where you can still set the pace. We see now that last lap by that Richie Smith was just a little bit slower than Jason Lester. But visually on this lap from our vantage point here, Richie Smith is closer this time. Let's see what the time difference was this time. A 5:16 to a 2:78. Richie Smith may be saying it's time to turn it up a little bit and put some pressure on the race leader.
Good drive down into the corner that time for Lester as he'll run 2.5 car lengths ahead of the 42 of Richie Smith. They motor out of corner number 4, and a good drive down into turn number 1 for Lester. Things really starting to get racy back there behind them with Matt Martin, Lance Blacker, and Cody Brusso. They are waging a nice battle right there. You check it out right now on Racing America. Here we go down into turn number 3. Nice battle back here for Martin because he sunk like a rock after that contact with Lester.
That is 4th, 5th, and 6th on your Racing America screen. Matt Martin in the white 68 in 4th. Lance Blacker in the black 36 in 5th. Cody Brusso in the bright red 07 running in the 6th spot. That all happening about 3.5 seconds behind race leader Jason Lester, who we just mentioned earlier that Lester gave up some ground to Richie Smith. Well, the next lap he gained it back. Going back to what we were saying, I can manage my tires out front, make all the pressure on the guy behind me. I like the strategy as Cody Brusso looks under Lance Blacker back there for the top 5.
Big time battle right there for the 5th spot. Here we go side by side. It is Cody Brusso down on the bottom side. She'll get the drive, power it off of turn number 2 into the back straightaway we go. But it looks like Blacker's not going away without a fight. He gets back in line behind her, maybe a half a groove up higher. Here's Brusso putting the power back down to the ground right there. You see what we're talking about right there. You see Brusso on the gas and those tires just trying to get the grip to pull all of that horsepower down. Meanwhile, your leader's out of turn number 4. It continues to be Lester hanging on, but here comes the 42 now falling back. Richie Smith once again, Ryan.
It was 0.6 of a second. It's now almost 0.8 of a second lead for the 45 of Jason Lester over Richie Smith. But now, the first time in quite a few laps, it's heads up. There's no traffic on the horizon, at least not for a few laps for the leader. So we'll see who's faster as they come under the start-finish line or by the start-finish line under the flag stand this time by for just 13 laps to go. Lester and Smith look like they're going to settle this one here at the Rattler.
Here they come. Those folks behind them, they're going to want that yellow flag if they can get it. Letson continues to hold on to the 3rd spot. Martin and Brusso round out your top 5. There are your leaders right there on your Racing America broadcast. It continues to be the 45 car of Jason Lester up at the front of the pack showing the way. Richie Smith hanging on to the second spot. And once again, Smith starting to fall back. Here's Sonny Hunt there right in the peripheral vision of your race leader. Going down to the bottom side, it'll be Lester free and clear down on the inside of Sonny Hunt.
A few laps ago, 2 laps ago, late in this, as the laps get lean, Jason Lester on lap 37 turned in his fastest lap of the day. So that tells me he's got tires left on that 45 car. He can go as he pleases. It was rough getting to the front, but once he's got there, he stretched the lead out.
Lester definitely has that car running on a rail as we go back to the battle once again happening for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot. The 131 car there, Aletzin hanging on, but to the back straightaway, they're going nose to tail. Matt Martin is right there in the 168. Cody Brusso, she's had an eventful race herself as she's flirted with that top 5. She's in the top 5 now. Here's Martin going down to the inside. The 131 up on the top side. Martin trying to get the drive into turn number 1. Lap traffic ahead of him. Brusso's going to get in the back pocket of Martin. Here we go, shuffling up the top 5 into turn 3.
That's a battle for the podium spot here for a front stretch interview right here for Matt Martin. He's got 3rd as Letson has some sort of problem. The right rear on that 131 is just flat gone. It's a 2-horse race now for the podium spot between Matt Martin and Cody Brusso.
Let's watch them as they go into the corner. We can flash back up to the top. Here's the 45 car of Lester as they continue to work around lap traffic around the 07 right there. Now to the back straightaway we go, and it is free and clear right there. A lot of clean air in front of the 45 car. Let's shuffle back and watch that battle once again. Matt Martin in the 3rd spot trying to hold off Cody Brusso, but Brusso with a good drive right there as they race into the corner. Back up to the front once again we go, and it looks like cruise control right now. Jason Lester, next time around, Ryan, it's 7 to go at the stripe.
Going to be 5 to go this time by. 5 to go this time by as they come by, and it's all Jason Lester out front. He's now stretched that lead just a lap or 2 or 3 ago. It was 0.6 of a second. It's now 2.5 seconds the lead for Jason Lester as he continues to best Richie Smith by 0.3, 0.4, sometimes half a second a lap.
Absolutely hanging on right there. And I tell you, we keep saying eventful for the driver of the 45, and he is this time by 3 laps away from parking it in winner's circle here on Rattler Saturday night here at South Alabama Speedway. It's about a half a straightaway advantage. As a matter of fact, 2.7 seconds that time by. Matt Martin continuing to hang on in the 3rd spot. Cody Brusso, Jeff Letson in the 131 back in 5th. He's ready for this race to be done.
Not the night that Jeff Letson wanted, as Richie Smith is digging for everything he can get to try to go catch Jason Lester, but without something happening to the 45, it's Jason Lester's night, and he's going to have a date with a snake in victory lane as he comes to the white flag.
One more time around, 0.4 of a mile right there for Jason Lester in car number 45. To the back straightaway he goes. He makes all the passes. He had to do some of them the hard way, but when he dives it down into turn number 3, he'll have one more corner to go, and he will be greeted on the front stretch. Checkered flag from the bird cage. Jason Lester is your winner in the modified 50. Richie Smith comes home second, followed by the 168 of Matt Martin. Cody Brusso will round out the top 4. The 36 car of Lance Blacker rounds out the top 5 in your modified feature race here tonight at South Alabama Speedway, Saturday night at the Rattler, the 47th annual Hardee's Rattler 250. And how about that? What a drive for Jason Lester. Cannot wait to hear him walk us through that race, as he had an eventful first part of it, but once he made the pass and got in the lead, had to hold off Richie Smith. Richie Smith, a fantastic restart as we came out of the caution flag. Smith, a couple of times it looked like he was going to be able to make the pass and go to that top position, but he's not able to pull it off. And Matt Martin will be on the podium as well as we get ready to head trackside. Ryan McCullough's there. He'll talk to the happy winner, Jason Lester, in car 45.
Getting ready to climb out here in victory lane, the 45 of Jason Lester. We'll let Jason get unstrapped and unhooked from the helmets. We come back over here to the back of the race car. Jason Lester parks it in victory lane tonight. Jason, contact to get there, but once you got to the lead, you put this thing in the wind the rest of the night.
You know what? Hold on, I'm tired. Shit. First things first, I got to thank the Logan Plumbing crew, RRD. I don't even know why I drove that hard. I was way out front. I didn't even know it, but I did know it, but whatever. It's probably the biggest win I've ever had, and I got to give it to this crew. No one gives me a chance to really do nothing, and this crew believes in me, and I feel like I'm starting to prove, and I've done some stupid stuff, and everybody knows that, but I tried to turn a new leaf 3 years ago, and it's crazy. But thank you to Johnny Sapercombe already. He sets up the cars, and, you know, Logan Plumbing, JC Procrete, Coons, Garrett, everybody, man. It's just got a lot of haters out there and a lot of doubters, but I think I'm starting to prove a lot of people wrong. Just, it's crazy, but got to say hi to my fiance back home. She couldn't make the trip, but love you very much, and I got the rattlesnake head.
He does have the rattlesnake. Your winner is Jason Lester. Slide over here, talk to our runner-up real quick. Richie, you gave it all you could, but did you burn the tires up there trying to get back to him?
I bounced it off the wall early in the race, and I probably bent something under the front, but Jason was good. He's been good all day. Johnny does a hell of a job on that car for them guys, and I got to thank Johnny for the work that he gives me, and but mostly me and my brother and a couple guys do all my work. So, but we got good notes, and we'll come back hopefully next year.
Richie Smith comes home in second. Taking some pictures over here is Matt Martin. And Matt, you started on the outside, a little contact there, and you tried to claw your way back. You come home third.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with third. I mean, we've been down here a couple of times. Every time we come down here, we're getting better and better. I don't know if I dropped back to 6th or 7th or what, but it felt like the longer that the race went, the better the car got. So I think we're getting a little bit closer. This is my second Rattler that I've been to, so we'll see y'all next year.
Matt Martin comes home in third, a very impressive third for the 168.
1, 2, 3 for the Modifieds in their 50-lap feature race here on Saturday night at the Rattler. What a drive right there for Jason Lester, the wheelman there of car number 45, as he sits there in victory lane at South Alabama Speedway. So all of his post-race festivities coming up, and you see the smile right there on the driver of car number 45. We continue to roll on, the excitement beginning to build as coming up next, we get set for the 18th annual Grasshopper Baby Rattler 125, presented by Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and JR's Lawnmower Shop. That Grasshopper Baby Rattler 125 is coming up next.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
Women owned and manufactured in South Carolina, PFC Brakes is the #1 choice for motorsports, fleets, auto manufacturers, and first responders. PFC delivers the best brakes on the market, guaranteed to outlast and outperform the competition. If you're looking to win at the track or reduce downtime for your fleet, or just need more stopping power when towing your boat or trailer, look no further than PFC Brakes. Visit us at pfcbrakes.com to find your local PFC Brakes distributor today. PFC Brakes are bred to win, from the track to the job site. No compromises.
That's gotta be the wildest ride in the world.
Not
had anything like that before. The guys that run with me are coming to run, and we are all very thankful for that.
Oh my God!
You can watch it all only on Racing America.
Hey, I'm Dylan Hart Jr. You're watching Racing America.
We welcome you back to South Alabama Speedway. It is Saturday night at the Rattler, the 47th annual Hardee's Rattler 250. Coming up, the Baby Rattler coming up, the 18th annual Grasshopper Baby Rattler 125. Driver autograph session getting set to commence here momentarily. That'll happen, and then we will go racing for 125 laps of Pro Late Model action here on Saturday night at South Alabama Speedway. Cool temperatures happening for us. As we mentioned earlier, Friday night, a total washout. Luckily, local racing did carry over in somewhat into today. We have had two fantastic races as the Super Stocks putting on an exhibition race to start our main event action, and you just witnessed a fantastic 50-lap Pro Modified feature race. Super exciting right there as Jason Lester goes to the pay window, winning over Richie Smith, Matt Martin, Cody Brusso, and Lance Blacker. But the festivities fixing to be for the fans before we get to the start of that Grasshopper Baby Rattler 125. So that will take the center stage momentarily as the cars will make their way out onto the racetrack. So that'll be happening. We'll run our Baby Rattler 125, and then we will finish out the night with the Roadrunners. The Roadrunners will make their way out for their feature race as well. A reminder, the race right here tomorrow, 2 o'clock, that 47th annual Hardee's Rattler 250. Ty Majeski making his way here from Atlanta Motor Speedway, sitting on the pole for that race as he tries to win yet another one. But the field is loaded with the stars of the SRL National Super Late Model Series. All of that tomorrow, but still plenty of action to happen here at South Alabama Speedway this evening. Glad you were with us here on property. Glad you were with us checking in on Racing America. And once again, welcoming in all of our friends that may have been watching the activities over at Hickory throughout the day. Perfect timing for you. Perfect timing for you. You get to watch the end of a great modified race, and we get you set for the 18th annual Grasshopper Rattler 125.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroed belts, shoes, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts. Or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
Hey, I'm Bo Parr, and you're watching Racing America.
Should be a great one. We'll talk more in depth about the drivers in this race just a little bit later.
Great point that you mentioned right there, Ryan. We've been talking about it throughout the day, both in the Baby Rattler and in the Rattler 250 coming up tomorrow. You have very much a national feel to this, where we've got the U.S. covered nicely here at South Alabama this weekend with the cars and stars in both of these races. Just kind of making dots all across the map of the United States with everybody that we have here for this one. And it's a lot of dots across a bunch of different places. And that fan meet and greet coming up here shortly. And as Ryan mentioned, then we will introduce you to the drivers here in the Baby Rattler 125. Do want to mention as well, Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet coming aboard as a sponsor as well here at the Baby Rattler 125 out of Brandon, Mississippi. Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet, those are the folks that you need to contact for all of your GM performance parts. If you were chasing down one of those GM 602 or 604 crate engines, that's the best price that you're gonna find anywhere on those dots that we make on the United States. It's Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet in Brandon, Mississippi. GM performance parts and more. RogersDabbsChevrolet.com.
Little housekeeping here for the racetrack. All modifieds and super stocks, please turn your transponder in at the inside tech shed. That's the inside tech shed next to the big yellow Sunoco fuel sign in the infield. That's all modifieds and super stocks, please.
.21 cars sitting on the front straightaway here at South Alabama Speedway, our fan meet and greet. You can make your way down there, driver autographs, cool pictures, all of that cool stuff as we get set. On the docket next up, the 18th annual Grasshopper Baby Rattler 125 presented by Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and JR's Lawnmower Shop. That is coming up momentarily, but first, it's your chance to get up close and personal with the cars and stars of the Baby Rattler 125. Make your way down onto the racetrack. We'll be heading down to Ryan as well here shortly. for some pre-race interviews down there. So we will check in with Ryan here in just a matter of moments. But go check out the race cars right here on the Speedway. All of that getting set to happen. Taking a look at your preview tomorrow. Just a preview of what's coming up for the 47th annual Hardee's Rattler 250. We'll get started early. It's going to be cool stuff happening. Grandstands will open at 10 o'clock. But the cars will be at the grid at 12:15. Autograph session happening tomorrow afternoon, early afternoon. That'll be from 12:45 up until about 1:15. 12:45 up until 1:15. Autograph session happening with the drivers in the Rattler 250. 1:30 will pre-race ceremonies is when your pre-race ceremonies will commence. And then at 2 o'clock straight up, we will get set to go green for the 47th annual Hardee's Rattler 250. That is all tomorrow. But plenty of business to take care of here this evening yet. As we get set, coming up, it is the Grasshopper Baby Rattler 125 at South Alabama Speedway.
Attention on the front straightaway, Michael Hind. Michael Hind, please report to victory lane, please. Michael Hind to victory lane, please.
Getting set to head trackside momentarily as Ryan McCullough will talk to our pole sitter here for the Baby Rattler 125, Michael Hind, setting the fast time here this afternoon with a blistering 15.659, knocking Bubba Pollard from that catbird seat. So Hind will go from the point in car number 69. It was a fantastic drive right there. Pollard on the outside, so you got a nice front row. So we will hear from your pole sitter here momentarily for the Baby Rattler 125.
And we have called up with our pole sitter, Michael Hind, who picked up $500 from the great folks at Panhandle. You fast time, you the pole right there. You have what it takes to get it done for 125 laps.
You know, I really think so. We were battling for the lead last year in this race. Ended up a few spots short in third place. I really think we got the car tonight to do it.
How do you translate one lap speed into...
One lap at a time. I'd like to dedicate this race to Tyler Sontag. He couldn't be here tonight. He was really wanting to be here. So this race is for him.
Michael will lead the field of green here in just a moment. Also at this time, we'd like to recognize some of the folks that make this event possible. This event for 18 years has been a great part of the Rattler Weekend, and for every bit of those 18 years, maybe even more, JR's Lawnmower Shop and Grasshopper have been a part of it. So to just tell you a little bit about what they do, I'm going to hand the microphone over to a great friend of the racetrack. Please make a little noise and clap your hands for Joe Richburg of JR's Lawnmower Shop.
It's good to be here again. I tell you what, the Lord's blessed us again with a night that we can have it. You got a little cold weather. That's what they make jackets for. Thank John and Sandra Dykes for putting on such a big event for a small town like Opp, Alabama, and surrounding places like Kinston. It's a great, great facility. I wouldn't be a part of it if it wasn't a great facility. And I tell you what, our lawnmower shop is just glad to be a part of it, and got Grasshopper, a company that's located right here in the United States that makes a great, great lawnmower. Can't say enough about Grasshopper coming on board. We were sitting in the booth up there thinking about it. 18 years we've been coming down here. We've come down here in cold rain. We've come down here where we couldn't race on Saturday, doing both on Sunday. Jeff's been right here with me. He's like a brother to me. Matter of fact, he sold me my first zero-turn mower at the lawnmower shop. So that's how far we go back. We've been kicking together, 30 years, 25 years. But again, we just thank South Alabama Speedway for what they do, and all these racers that come down here. It's the racers that put on the show, but it's you fans that support them that make them want to get out here and race. So again, thank everybody for coming, and can't say enough about it. If we can help you at JR's Lawnmower Shop, we down there to do it. We got a good lineup of zero-turn Grasshoppers, and we'll fix you up. And we just say thank you again. Jeff, you got anything you want to say?
No, you did a good job, Joe.
Thank all of you.
And we thank you, Joe and Jason, for your commitment here to the racetrack and for making the event so wonderful. Any representatives of Roger Dabb Chevrolet? Representatives of Roger Dabb Chevrolet, report to victory lane, please. Race fans, we just heard from Joe Richburg and Jason from Grasshopper. They've been around for 18 years or so, but somebody new this year with our Pro Late Model race is Rogers Dabb Chevrolet over in Brandon, Mississippi, I believe. Jason Williamson, want to just give you a couple words about what you guys do over there. And if anybody's in the market for a new vehicle, I'm sure they can come see you, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I just want to tell everybody thank you for coming out. We are new to this, but we want everybody to understand that even though we're in Brandon, Mississippi, we're still willing and able to help you any way we can, whether it be for your parts, collision parts, new vehicle sales. If you have any questions whatsoever, please see our guys. They're running around here with Rogers Dabb Chevrolet all over them. Congratulations on to all the drivers. Good luck, and let's win. Go Cal Gale.
Thank you, Jason. And Rogers Dabb Chevrolet, we thank you guys for being a part of this great event, and I hope you will continue to do so in the future. Attention in the pits. If anybody talked to John Dykes earlier about some Nabisco products, you can come to the front straight away now. Anybody that talked about Nabisco products with John Dykes. Rodney, while we got a little time to kill right quick, let's slide in here and talk to our defending winner of this event. It was an afternoon show last year, Dylan Fetchup, which you put in Victory Lane at night. Still chilly. Can you do it again?
I sure hope so. Not starting where we want to, unfortunately, but it's a lot, and we'll do our best.
You had one of the best 2022s, I think, in Pro Late Model racing, between a win here, your success at Pensacola, your track championship at Nashville. How do you carry that over in 2023?
Yeah, that's for sure going to be tough. Hopefully we can back it up. Hopefully starting tonight, because we haven't had a good year so far. We definitely like to back it up tonight and get another win.
That's Dylan Feccio, who won this race 1 year ago. Time for one more interview, so we'll slide in here and grab Evan Shotko, who basically turned Berlin Speedway on its head last year with the Battle of Berlin and the track championship. You're in a pro late model here at the Rattler. What's your thoughts for 125 laps later on tonight?
It should be a fun race. I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of my favorite racetracks, so I think we're on a great tire. We're at a great racetrack. I'm looking forward to it.
This place has nothing in the same as Berlin Speedway. Of course, I don't think any track in the world has anything similar to Berlin. How do you take a car and a driver that's used to Berlin and come here and be successful?
I will say we came with the same setup and stuff from Berlin, and we weren't even close. So, it's been a bit of a learning curve. We're not used to tracks like this, but it's a lot of fun.
Evan Shotko won a big win last year, looking for a pro late model win tonight. Hey, race fans, need to start clearing the front straightaway. Race fans, need you to clear the front straightaway so we can go racing. Race fans, please make your way back into the grandstands right now.
Get up on your feet, race fans.
Can you believe it? Right now, racing, in my opinion, is as healthy as it's been in the last 15 to 20 years.
Just wanting to make that first lap.
Women owned and manufactured in South Carolina, PFC Brakes is the #1 choice for motorsports, fleets, auto manufacturers, and first responders. PFC delivers the best brakes on the market, guaranteed to outlast and outperform the competition. If you're looking to win at the track or reduce downtime for your fleet, or just need more stopping power when towing your boat or trailer, look no further than PFC Brakes. Visit us at pfcbrakes.com to find your local PFC Brakes distributor today. PFC Brakes are bred to win, from the track to the job site. No compromises.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Hey, I'm Bo Parr, and you're watching Racing America.
We welcome you back to South Alabama Speedway. It is Saturday night here at the Rattler. And we are working our way up to the start of the 18th annual Grasshopper Baby Rattler 125, presented by Rogers Dabb Chevrolet and JR's Lawnmower Shop. Great autograph session happening out on the Speedway. We thank each and every one for making it out to the racetrack tonight on a chilly night after what was a washout on Friday evening here at South Alabama Speedway. Little rain blip today that worked extremely well for Ty Majeski as he was able to make his way here to South Alabama Speedway and put his number 91 on the pole for that big 250-lap extravaganza coming up tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And we are inching towards the start and driver introductions for the Baby Rattler 125 here at South Alabama Speedway.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
Women owned and manufactured in South Carolina, PFC Brakes is the #1 choice for motorsports, fleets, auto manufacturers, and first responders. PFC delivers the best brakes on the market, guaranteed to outlast and outperform the competition. If you're looking to win at the track or reduce downtime for your fleet, or just need more stopping power when towing your boat or trailer, look no further than PFC Brakes. Visit us at pfcbrakes.com to find your local PFC Brakes distributor today. PFC Brakes are bred to win, from the track to the job site. No compromises.
That's gotta be the wildest ride in the world.
We've not had anything like that before. The guys that run with me are coming to run, and we are all very thankful for that.
Oh my God!
You can watch it all only on Racing America.
Hey, I'm Dylan Hart Jr. You're watching Racing America.
Welcome back to Racing America's coverage of the 18th Annual Grasshopper Baby Rattler 125 presented by Rogers Dabb Chevrolet and JR's Lawn Mower Shop. And race fans, it is now time to introduce you to the starting lineup for tonight's Pro Late Model 125. As we always do here at South Alabama Speedway, we'll start at the tail of the field and bring you to the front. At the tail of the field, in the 21st starting position, the number 11R, sponsored by STO, Lee Newton Music, T&L Farms, and MRE Racing from Enterprise, Alabama, Brian Reeves. And the number 4 from Loosedale, Mississippi, sponsored by Agricola, Elliott Massey. And the number 0, sponsored by Glenn Stiers Racing from Ohsweken, Ontario, Canada, the 0, Glenn Stiers. And the number 58, sponsored by First Call Plumbing, Heating, and Air from New Braunfels, Texas, Johnny Aramendia. And the number 2, from sponsored by CMC Mortgage from Deatsville, Alabama, Jeff Dawkins. Driving the number 10, sponsored by Race Car Engineering. Excuse me, check that. My apologies. In the number 84, sponsored by Napa and Dixie Diesel from Nashville, Tennessee, Stephen Chun. In the number 91, in the 14th starting position, sponsored by Cross-Eyed Owl Brewing Company from Madison, Alabama, Jim Wall. In the number 33, sponsored by Smith Scrap Metal and River Dan from Mobile, Alabama, Dusted Smith. Starting 12th, outside of row number 6, in the number 00, also from Mobile, Alabama, sponsored by Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet, Cale Gale. In the 11th spot, in the number 70, sponsored by L&R Structural Corporation, along with IBAC, Springs, Cirque, and Blair Corporation, from Lakeland, Florida, Gavin Graham. Up to the outside of row number 5 in the 10th starting position, sponsored by Race Car Engineering and FLF Race Cars, from Plant City, Florida, Colin Allman. In the number 9th starting spot, sponsored by Birmingham Auto Auction and Grand American Race Cars, from Hueytown, Alabama, Jolynn Wilkinson. Up to the outside of row number 4, the number 89, sponsored by Hunter Industrial, Jan Fans, Toccoa, and U.S. Tank and Cryogenics, from Lebanon, Tennessee, Dylan Feccio. In the number 12S, from Jackson, Tennessee, sponsored by Clark Family Homes and Dale's Recycling, it is Bryson Schaffer. Outside of row number 3, 6th starting position, sponsored by Chansey Motorsports and Studio 10 Wraps, from Decula, Georgia, Christopher Tullis. Into the top 5 we go. In the number 22, sponsored by Bettenbecker Auto Group and Jansen Service Incorporated, from Coopersville, Michigan, Evan Shotko. To 4th in the 67D, sponsored by Expo Homes and Tamara Wade Team, from Monroe, Georgia, Zach Dixon. Starting 3rd, sponsored by Car Corner and Colony Brands, from Rockton, Illinois, Jeremy Miller. And to the front row, outside the front row, position starting in 2nd, sponsored by Jet Motorsports, from Sonoy, Georgia, Bubba Pollard. And leading the field to green in the number 69, sponsored by Mike Scott Plumbing and Brembo Brakes, from Hernando, Florida, Michael Hind.
21 cars set to go. Your starting lineup right there from Ryan McCullough as we get set to turn them loose for the 18th annual Grasshopper Baby Rattler 125, presented by Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet and JR's Lawnmower Shop. The calm before the storm right here as we get final safety checks happening. Drivers buckled into their race cars, making sure all of that safety paraphernalia is where it needs to be, and then we will embark in 125 laps around the 4/10 of a mile South Alabama Speedway. It is Saturday night here at the Rattler, and this is just a prelude of what's to come tomorrow. Business at hand right now. The Baby Rattler 125, we talked about it earlier. Throughout today, the quality of star that we have in this field. A 21-car field. It's going to be paced by Michael Hind, who sets a fast time of 15.659 to take that pole position and that bonus money. And he is right there on the front row with Bubba Pollard as we get set. It's time to go racing here with the Baby Rattler 125.
All right, race fans, for our most famous words in motorsports, we'll hand it over to Jeff Hammock with the Grasshopper.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Thank you, Jeff. Let's fire them up and let's go racing, Rodney.
It's what we have been waiting for right here as the drivers have fired them here on the front straightaway. The most famous words in motorsports that will send chills down your back. And we are rolling them. They will pace around and we get set for the Baby Rattler 125 here at South Alabama Speedway on your Saturday night, a chilly Saturday night. We welcome once again everybody checking in worldwide on Racing America and all the die-hard fans here sitting through the windy, chilly Saturday evening. And the grandstands are packed, and we know there are tons of people checking in around the world as we get set to go here. Pace truck on the back straightaway taking them double file around the racetrack. We do want to welcome in the owner there of Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet. She is right down there along the walkway. Her name is Trish. This is their first venture here to South Alabama Speedway and the Baby Rattler 125 as one of the sponsors of the event. She is down there with Gina Scheil Knowles. Those fine folks, they're going to throw out some goodies right here to all of our race fans right there, courtesy of the great folks at Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet, throwing the goodies up into the crowd here at South Alabama Speedway. Now the field double stacked, making their way down the back straightaway. We talked about it earlier during the modified race. It's going to be the same scenario tonight. A chilly racetrack. Tire conservation going to be so important. Got to take care of those American Racer tires as they make their way around. Michael Hind on the point there in car number 69. Bubba Pollard on the outside. That is a front row right there. Anywhere across the country, you put those two guys on the front row, and that is an all-star front row, and you got all-stars sitting behind them, Ryan McCullough. This is going to be a ton of fun right here in the Baby Rattler 125.
Oh, absolutely, Rodney. It's going to be a whale of a race. I can't wait, but we have a tradition here at South Alabama Speedway. It's the third lap by is the wave lap. So everybody in the grandstands, up on your feet, wave to these race car drivers, get that cell phone out, turn that flashlight on, wave those lights, wave those hats, get up on your feet, move around on a chilly night, race fans. Wave to your favorite drivers. They're going to wave back to them. If you want to see them put on a show, you got to let them know. Wave your hand out at your favorite race car driver right here.
They're indeed waving right back at you as the field goes in perfect formation here across the front straightaway for 125 laps of action. 21 cars riding behind the Rogers Dabbs pace truck on the backstretch. Pollard in that number 9 car, Ryan. We talked about it earlier. Strange to see him in that race car, but it's funny how people come together when you get a massive event like this. You put Bubba Pollard in that familiar number 9 car. That's a great combination.
Yeah, Bubba Pollard spent most of his week fixing a damaged race car that he tore up last week, or I don't want to say he tore it up. We're not going to go into that rabbit hole, but damaged last week at Pensacola in a race. Didn't have time to work on his Pro Late model, so he called Pat Jett, the owner of Jet Motorsports, and said, hey, you got a race car ready to go to op, a pro car ready? He's like, yeah. He's like, bring it to op. I'm going to race it. So you put Bubba Pollard in a Pat Jett prepared Pro Late model. That's a deadly combination right there. They're fast out of the gate. Michael Hind was just a little bit faster, but, man, I can't wait. 125 laps. This could be anybody's race. We're not even talking about the guy that's sitting in the 3rd spot. How about a 5-time Big 8 Series champion from up in Wisconsin in Jeremy Miller? He's a star anywhere in America, and he's 3rd billing right now in this race. Zach Dixon ready to put on a show in the 67. He's looking to make a name for himself. And right behind them in that 3rd row, you're going to have Evan Shotko. We talked to him in pre-race. Christopher Tullis is a former Alabama 200 winner. Then all the way back in 8th, that red 89 of Dylan Fecchio, he won this race a year ago. Up and down the field, anywhere from 1st to 21st, take your pick, and it's not a bad pick.
No doubt, 125 laps to settle it here around South Alabama Speedway, so that's lots of time. So you're going to have folks making their way from the back, from the middle, but they're going to be chasing a couple of quick ones up on the point. But that's why you run 125 laps. It doesn't matter what happens until you get to lap number 125. And as we mentioned earlier, somebody's going to be keeping themselves warm with a rattlesnake a little bit later on here this evening.
That's words I never thought I would want to hear, is keeping myself warm with a rattlesnake. But somebody in this field will be happily have a rattlesnake draped around their neck in Victory Lane to know that they are a winner of the Rattler, not the 250, the Rattler 125 on Rattler 250 weekend. I look up, the pace truck has the lights turned off. We're going to come back to a green flag. Michael Hind and Bubba Pollard, Jeremy Miller, Zach Dixon, Evan Shotko, and Christopher Tullis. Behind them is Bryson Schaffer and Dylan Fecchio. That's your top 8, your first 4 rows. And for the call, I'll hand it over to my broadcast partner, Rodney Rodriguez. Bring us to the flag.
Trish from Rogers Dabbs Chevrolet has made her way up into the birdcage. She will wave the green flag. They get set to hit the start zone. Green flag is in the air. We're underway with the 18th annual Baby Rattler 125 at South Alabama Speedway. Into corner number 1 they go. It's Michael Hind down on the bottom side. To the back straightaway we go. Trouble on the front stretch. The 84 car. The 84 car sideways. as on the break, able to get away was Hine, but it matters not, Ryan. We're going to have to do it all over again.
There was a stack up on the inside line back about, I want to say, 7th or so where Bryson Schaffer started, and I believe it was just the old school accordion